Sala, ito maraataga. 어? 나는 사과보다. Tôi hỏiกับคนฆ่าแล้วนะ뭐ฆ่าละฆ่าละ누구나를 몰라서 한국도 돌아 왜하? thì là phải đúng rồi sẽ ona đã là 그 가야 튼 하나 하나도 소다 통나다 하셔나 야라라라 Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Obey. So we will be talking about the chapter Ezekiel, chapter 8. I'll say chapter 8. Ezekiel. Obey. You took an oath. Do not be in a hurry to leave in my presence, Do not stand up for a bad cause, for I will do whatever he pleases. You know? Why do whatever he pleases? Since my Father or their command is supreme. Who can say, what are you doing? Like others who come to me. They would come here and say to me, woman, they call me names, like this. Like this. So if you are God, take off your mask. Exactly like the line of the Pharisees of those times. Women? Exactly the same as the Pharisees of those times. They ask, why are you calling yourselves the Son of Man? They ask why I was calling myself the Son of God. In this end, I am calling myself the daughter of Zion. Whoever obeys my command will come to no harm, and the wise heart I am will know the proper time and procedure. If you are wise women, you will not just think here, but find me here. You understand? You won't just think here based on what you see or what you hear in the first few seconds of my records. And open your mouth to type a words to commit suicide. Because that is what you do. You have not finished the record. You think and act irrational. Why you act irrational? Because you only hear and cannot understand, yet you open your mouth, so you are suicidal. Women, you are suicidal. Open your heart. What's in your back? Because there is a heart in the back. What is this heart in the back? Your soul. Then connect me in here like a terrestrial. Connect me in here like a terrestrial. For this is where God is. Women? If you are WISE, you call me Lord. You won't think here. You won't think here and type your comment and blaspheme me and call me names. That is, every time you open your name, you are shoving yourselves in the deep hole, like a deep like this, women. Like a fishing rod. You make yourself a bait to the fires. That is what you do. You make yourselves a bait to the fires of hell to be put in the lava. If you are not what I speak, you won't get hurt. You understand? If you are really knowledgeable enough, you will finish every seconds before you open your mouth. Women, when I go to somewhere else's channel and look at their title, I knew already who they are, for I am the Word incarnate. Through their type, what they have put in their title or description, and based into their picture, you call the names, based into their pictures, and based into their titles, I look at descriptions, I knew who they are. Balak. Women, everything is a proper time and procedure for every matter. It's like that too, I just said. Do not just listen for a second, because that is not how. It's like you wanted to go to your huts to listen the Word of God. But there's no Word of God there because there's no God in there. You want only to stand there for a second and then you want to get out right away. Why? You feel bored. Why you feel bored? God isn't there. Can you find God there? No, God isn't there. God does not even is standing in front of you. Women? Not just because you are blind, which is everyone. Why we ought to use here and here? Because you are blinds in here that cannot see what's behind you. Cannot see what's hopping in your shoulder. I do. Today, it's my cherubim. Women? And in my top of here is my seraphim, my cherub. In this side, can you see them? Even that when I'm pointing my finger, I have to slowly, because when I touch them, when I do that, it's like when they get hurt, I get hurt too. It's like slapping myself. I have to slowly reach them like this for them not to get hurt, so I don't get hurt too, because wherever they get hurt, that's where I get hurt. You understand, women? You cannot see what's in your sides, yet you are casting my words to the world. Who you think you are? Women. You are a person who weighed down by misery. You are a person who weighed down by misery. This is what I just said. You cannot see who's here and who's there and who's there. Like that. I pointed. He get hurt by the brain, I get hurt by the brain. You understand that, women? I knew my angels. I knew my Isis. But you cannot see any of them. Yet you call yourselves blaspheming the God, blaspheming us. Women, I knew my people. I knew who I've died for. This is about this prophetess again. They call prophetess. When I say prophetess, it's a male. When I say prophets, it's a female. Just one. It's all. One in all. Prophet, prophetess, pastors, pastoras, whatever. Deacons. They are a little because they do not really, they don't really, they just read it as if nothing, and then they make themselves as an example. But these pastors and prophetess, they come here and prophesy, and then they even take someone else's to lead them into ashtrays. Who is more sinful in all the religious thing? Catholics. When I say Catholics, women, it is to you Christians. You are Catholics too. Not because you are baptism, Adventist, or whatever you call yourselves. You are just the same. You know? Catholics, they worship my death. And you too worship my death. Christians, you are the target in all this. Why? I keep speaking about you because my book is all about you. You know? You don't believe in incarnations. You don't believe in reincarnations. You don't believe that God is a spirit that can be whatever they are. You mock somebody you cannot even see who's hopping behind its neck, or behind its head, or behind its ears, or behind its back. No, you can't. You cannot even see who's floating around it. No one knows the future. Who can tell someone else what is to come? This again, prophesying. Pastors, prophets, again, this is about you. You know? No one knows the future, yet you talk as if you knew the future. That is equaling themselves to gods. No one has power over the wind to contain it, so no one has power over the time of their death. You know, women, you have no power the time of their death. Why you only prophesy about others? You are preserving yourselves. That is why you are prophesying about things you knew not. It's stated in the book, no one, I, the Lord the God, can tell what is to come, but I do not come here to speak what I knew from the Father. That is a blasphemous. Until my Father tell me that, son, it is time to say this, then it is. But as long as you cannot see anything, you know, women, keep your mouth shut. Who can tell someone else what is to come? But look at this prophetess, she called pastors. Oh, the Lara. I hate speaking their names. No one has power over the wind to contain it. I have, women. You understand? I am maybe using in place because you think of the worldly thing and not of the out of the earth. Women, if I can command my spirits to do this, it is the power over time of death. It is the power over the wind to contain it. How, women? Because when I speak, it is he who receives. You know, women? And through him, all things are equal. You know, women? Equal. When you say equal, women, I ask he did. The angels fall, you know, we do the work of God, women, on earth I become. I am the earthly goddess. Women. Hera. Hera. H-E-I-R. Aher. You know, women? No one is discharged in time of war, so wickedness will not release those who practice it. It is you, prophetess. You know? It is all about you in my book. Whatever I speak is for what my Father hates the most. All this I saw. You're trying to apply it in your mind into everything under the sun. You don't apply everything, women. You speak as kingdom-based ministries without thinking about things. If you see my reigns, you can say anything what Gabriel is doing, what Michael is doing. You know? Sadhu Sundar Selvaraj is kingdom-based ministry. He knew what's happening in my realm. You know, women? But you, prophetess, out of your imaginations, from who is sending you this grief? Your grief. Your grief. Grieve. You reveal to the one who knew what's gonna happen. You reveal to. You know? Your God is yourselves. When you are prophesying. Why yourselves? Because you cannot see my spirits. When I say you cannot see my spirit, I said, and that too means you have not been into my realm and have not seen what we are doing. You know? Your knowledge is of the earth's imaginations. There's many angels here that listens, but they want to wash the robes, women, and have the confirmations. But this prophetess is really what is sinful. They are the very sinful. Why they are the very sinful women? First, they knew what is sin. Secondly, they reveal, speaking the word of God. Blaspheming me. How they blaspheme me, women? Huh? How they blaspheme me? By that prophesying. By that prophesying, women. Because you have no power to contain the wind, nor power over the time of your death. You have no power over the time of your death, women. You know the time when I was being sorcerized due to jealousness? There's only one thing I say. The time I realized that I am going to end that day, next day, or it was, I knew that before I came here, 3 days, I've been always giving time to, I'll be off in the next day, I'll be off in the next day, after 3 days, I'll be off. Do you know, women? I said, when the death came to me, and said, I've come, and I put my ring here, and says, I am too your God. I am too your God. What he did? They left. They left, women, because soon as I see that I too is your God, my spirit spirits have ignited. But you prophecies don't know when you're going to die, don't know when you're going to live, don't know what's gonna happen to earth, yet through your imagination, you are prophesying. Many times in my life, women, I knew when I was going to die. Even the time of my JSUS, I knew when I was going to die. In this end, I knew what's gonna happen, but I have controlled myself. Instead of, in your book, it stated that I'm going to be swept by flood. I have control over it. But you do not. You know, women? You don't know when you're going to die. A spirit is a spirit who can control itself. You know, women? Many times I was sorcerized. Many times I was poisoned. But I have control over. You know? Even the day when my head was banged on the wall, I have control over it. I just didn't want to go back. For I was in so much pain of why those I love is the one who always makes me sick. You know? But for the love of my God, I came back for you to bang thy head and wake up to that truth that I am the Isadonna behind my Christ. That I am JSUS, the holder of the keys. That whoever controls my death will receive the punishment. You know? When I said whoever controls my death will receive the punishment, it's too stated in the book of life. In Revelation, it means that whoever adds up in this scroll will be taken off the book. You know? Like when I was sorcerers, when I was sorcerized by the woman who've been trying and trying to kill me. You know? Because women, through your name, evildoers can kill you spiritually, unknowingly. Through their words, evildoers can take you away from your body unknowingly and replace you by someone else and use your souls for them to live. You knew this, women? I told you where your souls is. It is by your here, women, by the ribs, just under it. That is where your spirits, your souls is. Your spirits, I would say. They put it inside of a crystal ball and take you because you are just like a small paper doll, women. When you are taking from your body, from that abode you are just like a small paper doll. When you went inside of a crystal ball, it's just that big. They take you from it, and then with that, they'll use it as their selves. You know, they become you instead of you, yourself. They become you, you become them. You know? That is what happens every time you listen to those who are prophesying, practicing divinity. You get what they deserve. You know? You get what they deserve, women, because they take your souls unknowingly. You know? And replace you with them. They preserve their own and kills you with them.